Hey guys, today I want to talk about prepping for the rainy season, and we're just getting into the rainy season over here. It's just kind of starting. We've been kind of almost like, I'll say about 2 weeks into it a little bit, because we can see the rain starting to pick up a lot more. I notice when I'm up in Manila, it rains a lot more, and it starts off slow, and then it gets really torrential usually during a certain time. But it's not always like that. It depends on how bad the rainy season is going to be, because we've had dry rainy seasons too, and I'm not sure how this one's going to be. They're predicting a dry rainy season, which is better for us. But here's the thing about rainy season, is during the rainy season here in Luzon in Cavite province, it lasts usually about 6 months. And it's not like rain every day, but usually you have a time during the day where it does rain. It's usually in the afternoon, right after noontime or what have you. And it gets, some days it can rain all the time. It can rain for like weeks at a time, just keep on raining. And it just gets really torrential and boring, and you're sitting in the house all the time. So during that time, you want to be kind of prepped for it, because it's a good time to get things done in the house. And by that, I mean, get your paperwork in order, get your house in order, get it all fixed up to where you feel good in there, and it's kind of like your little paradise in there. Because my house, I have it very homey in there. I like my house to feel homey when I get home. It's a place where I can sit down, relax. I like things looking the way they look. I like it to be clean in there. I like it spotless. I like it to have that feel like a man cave for me, kind of. And we're working on that. We're actually doing more things in the house now. You know, as I progress and getting my house done more, I like it to be a certain way. Now, some people, what they do is they have bigger homes or whatever, and they might have a pool, and it might be covered so you can still swim during the rainy season, which is kind of nice. Now, here's the other thing. Other people, other people, what they do is they find that time to travel. They travel during that time, because there are places in the Philippines you can go to that have a rainy season that's just spread out for the whole year. So it's not rainy every day. There are dry places during our rainy season here. You can actually get a map that shows the seasons and when they have their rainy seasons. And some places, like I said, do not really have a rainy season. It's just kind of spread out through the year, and that's the way it is. And those are the places, if you're looking for a place where it's spread out more, so you do get good days and bad days. You know, like you might get one good day, 3 bad days, 3 bad days, 1 good day, or whatever, what have you. You know, it can be whatever it is. But here, when we get the rainy season, it just tends to be like kind of dry in the morning till like noontime, and then after noontime we usually get 1 or 2 showers, sometimes 3 showers. And then if we get a big typhoon coming through, it might last for like 3 days. You get a lot of wind, a lot of torrential rains, and then all of a sudden it clears up, and then you get the occasional rainstorm during the day after that. You know, it varies from day to day, but make sure you're prepped for it. Make sure you got some good movies in the house, or you got Netflix or something like that, or some things you can do on your computer, or what have you, games, or some things that you like to watch. It's always good to have things like that. But when you're setting up your paradise over here, make sure you plan the rainy season in there. A lot of people they put their pools in there, or some people like being close to the beach, because when it's clear in the morning, you can go out to the ocean, you can go swimming. But here's the thing. The closer you are to the ocean, usually the more you're going to pay for rents or whatever. And sometimes some of these little tiny beach towns that are the nicest towns, the problem with them is that they have the worst infrastructure. They don't have really good internet there. They might not have electricity all the time. They might have brownouts or what have you. Also, you might have problems getting the food that you like, things like that. The further you get away from places like Manila or Cebu or, Davao, the worse it's going to be, and the harder it's going to be to have the foods that you like. So I kind of sacrifice by having my place here, because of the fact that I'm only about a half an hour away from the beach, 35 minutes away from the beach. And the beaches are okay down here, like in Tanza, Ternate, those areas. But for about an hour and a half, I can be down in Batangas and have nice clear water, stay down there for a weekend or something like that. And it's fairly cheap down there, depending on what you're looking at to stay at. You can also, so there's the things that you have to be looking for. Is the place that you're going, is it going to be fairly close to a beach? Or are you okay just staying? Some people don't like going to the beach. They just like the warm weather or whatever. Or they like having a pool nearby. I can go down the street and use a pool. We've talked about that before. That's nothing. I could pay about 210 pesos for the day, go swim in the pool. I think even 150 if I don't use all the pools. They have like 7 pools. If you stay in the lower pools that are more crowded, I think it's like 150 or 160. Now there's other pools over here also at Brownwood over there. And then we have the Villa Feliciana pools, which are also nice. And there's another place also down here. I'm not sure what the name of it is. And you can rent that for groups or what have you. And you can use that pool. But these are the things that you like to, if you need to get away and you want to get away and do things to have some enjoyment. And there's this, like I said, Villa Feliciana has places you can stay there. Brownwood has places you can stay there. The other place, it's just renting the pool for the day. And it's kind of nice. And then when you get down to Batangas, there's all kinds of places you can stay down there. And you can stay there for 3 days, anywhere from a day to a month, and you can make deals with them if you stay for a month down there. So sometimes during the drier seasons, when you want to get away and it's nice and dry and you're going to get nice days, it might be worth it for you to rent a place down in Batangas for a month or two or what have you, a furnished place, and just stay down there. And you got the beach right there, and you can always go back to your place on weekends and check up on it, or have somebody check up on it so it's okay. Make sure that it's okay. Have a maid go in there or whatever, check up on it, or a friend check up on it and say, and just give you a call and let you know what's going on. You always want to play it safe with your apartment. You don't want to leave it empty too long. You want to make sure somebody's, pouring water in the toilet or has the toilet plugged up with something so that nothing can get through that toilet if it dries out. God forbid that dries out. You're going to have some big problems with insects coming up through that toilet. And it's not fun, as Justin found out. We also had the other house. It was a little bit of the same, but it was less. We had less infestation in that house. But I mean, we've got it under control pretty much now, which is good. But guys, when you're building your paradise over here, make sure you include the rainy season. Make sure you figure what you're going to do during the rainy season. And, it might be a good time to go back to the States to visit during that time, during the rainy season. Or it might be a good time to travel and go to Europe, or go check out and visit some friends or something during that time. Make sure you have plans. For me, I like staying home. I don't mind staying home. I'm okay staying in my house. Now that I'm single again, I'll probably be getting out more and going to do things more, traveling a little bit, which I've been doing a little bit already. I go up to my friend's house up north. I stay there, and I stay here, and I don't mind. It's okay for me to stick around here. With us coming into the rainy season, I like to get out and I like to do things, but it's kind of harder to do things around here in Luzon with the rain, especially when we get into like torrential rains, like during the typhoons times, because getting up to Manila is tough on a bus or what have you during that time, because it floods so much so that the buses get bogged down even in those flood areas, because it gets really, really bad. But I just want to throw that out for you guys, just to make sure that you guys do plan on things here a lot more during the rainy season. Make sure that you're not in a flood zone or whatever. So when you're building your paradise over here, do not build in a flood zone. We're 423 feet up here. It's one of the reasons why I like the area that I lived in, because we get the cool breezes. We're 423 feet up. We don't have to worry about flooding here. There's no way. I mean, you'd have to build an ark if it flooded up to here. Trust me. I mean, 423 feet up in the air, you're pretty safe up here. So we don't even worry about it. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show. And guys, when you are planning your place, make sure you put cabanas out. If you have a big yard or something, put cabanas out there too, because that helps you during the rainy season. You can still sit out here and enjoy it. And put a bug zapper out there for the mosquitoes, so you're better off. God bless, guys. Take care.